peacekeepers will be trained in Kazakhstan for the UN missions. The Kazakh Partnership for Peace Training Center has become the only organization in the region which has peacekeeping classes developed by domestic instructors. These classes have received official approval from the United Nations. The UN Under-Secretary General for Peacekeeping Operations, Jean-Pierre Lacroix, signed relevant agreements in New York at the UN headquarters. At the Training Center for Peacekeepers, special attention is paid to topics of protecting civilians, as well as to explaining an order and characteristics of the UN peacekeeping operations. Expert of the Institute of World Economics and Politics, Jibek Sarabekov, says that such trust from the United Nations will allow Kazakhstan to contribute to strengthening international security.
Как известно, в конце октября 2018 года казахстанский контингент, миротворческий контингент,
As is known, Kazakhstan's peacekeeping forces traveled to Lebanon with 120 people at the end of October 2018. The soldiers will perform peacekeeping activities and serve in several functions there. The Kazakh troops in Lebanon will work to ensure the protection of civilians, organize observation posts, and monitor the ceasefire on the border between Lebanon and Israel.
Наблюдательных постов и по наблюдению режима прекращения огня на границе Ливана и Израиля.
According to expert, the mission to Lebanon, the right to train peacekeepers, and the presidency in the UN Security Council are important steps for Kazakhstan as a country actively participating in the strengthening of global security. Officials in East Kazakhstan region are planning to increase exports of wood products. Forests occupy 3.5 million hectares of land in the region. However, 95% of the woods are over 40 years old. The old trees are not suitable for furniture manufacturing and will be used to increase the production volumes.
Мы готовим учет лесного фонда. У нас спелых
We are performing a forest inventory. There are 2.6 million cubic meters of mature and old-growth wood. 500,000 of them are old trees. It shows that our forest is aging and we need to process it.
И его надо как-то перерабатывать.
For example, this plant manufactures 16,000 cubic meters of chipboard from the timber, which is not used in the industrial purposes. 30% of output is exported to Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. Our enterprise focuses on processing of the substandard wood, in other words, all the logs in the stack which cannot be used for any other purposes. Officials in eastern Kazakhstan are planning to increase the timber production due to the opening of new enterprises and attracting foreign investors. There are a number of processing companies in the region which also perform deep processing. There is an interest of the Chinese furniture companies which are ready to visit us to negotiate our terms and, if possible, launch manufacturing of deep wood processing facilities. Forests will be renewed with the launch of processing facilities. Forest users will have to plant 2 hectares of trees if they log 1 hectare of wood. Since 2030, local officials are planning to plant up to 3,500 hectares of coniferous and deciduous trees every year. Producers of the Karagandi dairy products can join the world market. They are interested in foreign companies. The United Arab Emirates have showed an interest in the purchase of kurd, a traditional Kazakh snack. The German entrepreneurs are interested in Kazakh oil, which is produced by a special technology. Today, the Karkaralı workshop is able to process 2 tons of milk per day and produce 11 types of products. An important indicator of the quality of milk is its fat content, which is not less than 4%. As part of the Sibaga state program, we plan to purchase 50 cows. Over time, the livestock will increase. We will do everything to get the milk of the desired fat all year round. The workshop will not be jobless. The demand for our products is very high. Now, representatives from the United Arab Emirates are ready to sign the contract on the supply of the kurd. There are also representatives from Germany. Kazakhstan is constantly moving towards renewable energy sources. Wind turbines as well as hydroelectric and solar plants are being built in Almaty region. The total capacity is over 16 megawatts, but experts believe that the capacity will increase to 300 tons in the upcoming years. 85-meter high devices were built in Enbekshi Kazakh district in November last year. Each unit produces 2.5 megawatts. 9 devices have been constructed so far, but there are plans to build more devices. There are 4 hydroelectric power plants in the region as well. Our hydroelectric plants are of a diversion type. The average long-term production of the second hydroelectric plant is 28 million kilowatt hours. The third and fourth plants produce 7 million kilowatt hours per year. Another hydroelectric plant is being built on the Yesik River. A hydroelectric chain on the Shilek River will also be built this year. In 2019, we will implement the largest alternative energy project in our region. It is the construction of a solar power plant with a capacity of 200 megawatts. We hope that the construction work will begin in spring. Almaty region consumes more than 3 billion kilowatt hours of electricity. Almost 40% of the energy is purchased from other regions. According to experts, green energy projects are designed to help resolve the power shortage issue. There are plans to build 84 wind turbines in the region by 2025. Kazakhstan is set to lead Central Asia in the production of high-quality organic vegetables and fruits. Farmers are focusing on the selective breeding of crops. New technologies and latest scientific developments will play a significant role to achieve the goal. Kazakh producers need to be competitive in the international market. There is Uzbekistan nearby with a good climate. There's also China, which can produce any number of products, and Russia supplies root vegetables. There are more than enough products. In order to be competitive, we need to focus our attention on shipping organic products. We can create our own brand, which will be recognized worldwide. Farmers say it is very important to adopt the best international practices for the development of Kazakhstan's agricultural industry. No-till farming technology, which is popular in South and North America, is starting to be used by local farmers.
Я недавно был в Аргентине, узнал много чего интересного, и эту технологию хочу применить в Казахстане.
Recently, I visited Argentina and learned a lot there. I want to use this technology in Kazakhstan. This year, we sowed 5 hectares of corn and 3 hectares of soybeans on our test crops using the no-till farming technology. In the end, we harvested 5 tons of corn, which equals to 50 quintals per hectare, and 25 quintals of soybeans per hectare without watering, using the no-till technology.
И сои 15 центнеров с гектара. Это без полива, по нулевой технологии.
Precision farming is another technology which was recently introduced in the Kazakh market. The method is used by capturing images of fields by unmanned aerial vehicles that are equipped with special cameras. Maps are created using the images to identify troubled spots and detect pests, crop diseases, and mechanical crop damage.
У нас есть масса примеров, когда к нам обращались фермеры, которые говорят.
We have a lot of examples whereby farmers who address us said that their fields are in good condition. But as soon as we flew the drone and provide the bird's eye view images, and after seeing the images captured from above, they immediately changed their thoughts on the condition of their field. We help the farmers to optimize fertilizer input, which increases crop production and quality.
Тем самым повысить качество и количество урожая.
She plays the Stradivari violin. Connoisseurs of classic music love her talent. The violin's pure sound and the virtuoso's performance made her famous throughout the world. A book about art and life of people's artists of Kazakhstan, Ayman Musakhatjayeva, has been published.
Я вот смотрю, в зале собрались очень молодые.
There are a lot of young people who came for the performance. They are like a clean sheet. Therefore, it is important to give them only good information. I think that throughout our country, their knowledge will be enriched.
Другой страны это будет очень познавательно, интересно.
The book's heroes include People's Artist of Kyrgyzstan, Muratbek Begaliev, Director of the National Museum of Fine Arts, Yuristanbek Shigayev, and People's Artist of the Soviet Union and Uzbek opera singer Ismail Jalilov. Each of the 4 books describes how the heroes became interested in art during childhood and overcome difficulties. Each edition conveys the story of a true hero who has reached achievements through the hard work.
Мы решили, что нашим детям обязательно нужно много знаний о том.
We think that the younger generation should know how art develops. Therefore, we decided to write about world-renowned artists.
Те, которые сегодня делают это искусство, те, которые уже на виду.
The purpose behind these books is to ingrain love in the younger generation and to highlight that art is sacred. Perhaps in the future, the young people who read the book will follow the footsteps of the artists. The approach to filmmaking will be changed in Kazakhstan in terms of quality content and healthy competition. The country has adopted a law on cinema. Experts have created mechanisms to support and protect the interests of Kazakh filmmakers and screenwriters at the legislative level. In addition, the Kazakh Ministry of Culture and Sports will allocate budget for shooting social and historical films.
ұлттық киноны қолдау орталығы ашылады.
We will have a support center for national cinema where movies will be filmed. There will be control. This means that there will be competition. If there is competition, there is always quality.
Кино режиссерлар арасында қызғын бәсеке болады. Бәсеке бар жерде сапалы дүние шығады.
The local content will be increased in Kazakhstan. Films that are not in Kazakh will have to be duplicated by distributors and contains voiceover or subtitles.
К сожалению, на сегодняшний день казахстанская составляющая, то есть отечественные фильмы составляют.
Unfortunately, today the Kazakh films account for only 10%. We hope that this law will provide an increase in production of films in Kazakhstan as well as their quality.
Обеспечит, значит, увеличение производства фильмов на территории Казахстана, а также их качество.
Біз тәуелсіз ел болғандықтан біздің кинотеатрлардағы барлық фильмдер.
Kazakhstan is an independent country. Therefore, all films must be in Kazakh. If the film is not in Kazakh, then surely there must be subtitles. We need to support local cinema.
Мемлекет үшін, ұлт үшін ол тиын-тебен санаудың қажеті жоқ.
The new law came into force at the beginning of this year. Up to this moment, the film industry was not regulated at all, and filmmakers admit that they work without clear rules and regulations. The government is confident that the new requirements will help bring the Kazakh film industry to a better level of development. The future lies in youth. Kazakhstan is creating co-working centers for the purpose of the younger generation's self-realization, all-round development and active involvement in society. This is a platform where the country's activists can gather to discuss their ideas and implementation with like-minded people. In addition, there are free English classes available for anyone, and online lecture by world's leading professors. Recently, one of such co-working centers has been opened in Aktau.
Жас болғасын уақытты тиімді өткізгің келеді.
While people are young, they want to spend time with purpose. They have various thoughts and ideas and they want to realize them. It is great when there are places when you can implement the most creative ideas. These centers help find the potential of young people, experts say. 25-year-old Nurbek Utegenov has worked on his project for 3 months. He says that he was given every opportunity to find necessary information in the co-working center. He says that this is a great place to acquire business contacts and connections.
In
this center, we work on various projects. We brainstorm, debate, and discuss not only among ourselves, but also with businessmen. We get to know their opinion. Similar platforms will be created in all districts of the region by the end of the year. As part of the Year of the Youth in the region, more than 100 different events will be organized. The Great Silk Road is one of the significant achievements of ancient civilizations. It contributed to the establishment of diplomatic relations between countries of the East and West. On Kazakhstan's territory, the Silk Road took its origin from the borders of China. The Chinese merchants carried silk, weapons, medicines, and foodstuffs through the Kazakh steppes to the west. The route passed through ancient cities such as Sayram, Yassi, Otrar, and Taras. The importance of the trade route was outlined in President of Kazakhstan, Nursultan Nazarbayev's article titled "Seven Facets of the Great Steppe."
Делая экскурс в историю, глава государства действительно остановился на значении Великого Шелкового пути. Великий Шелковый путь имел...
By conveying the history, the head of state indeed focused on the significance of the Great Silk Road. The Great Silk Road was of tremendous importance. When trade routes started developing, the first states emerged on the territory of Kazakhstan, which provided transit. It was during the heyday of the Turkic Khaganate when the northern branch of the Great Silk Road became predominant. Caravans increasingly passed through the territory of Kazakhstan, and this continued for centuries.
Все больше проходили по территории Казахстана в большей степени, и так продолжалось на протяжении веков.
The Silk Road had a great influence on formation of the political, economic, and cultural structure of not only Kazakhstan but also of other countries. Much of the route went through the territory of Central Asia.
Казахстан здесь неотделим от других стран.
Kazakhstan is inseparable from other countries. Both Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan are connected. The whole region has been connected in many respects, precisely with the Great Silk Road. The region flourished due to the Great Silk Road. President Nazarbayev said that during the reign of the Turks in Eurasia, the Great Silk Road reached its peak and promoted economic prosperity and cultural growth on an international scale. Kuzhamyarov State Republican Uyghur Theatre of Musical Comedy will celebrate its 85th anniversary this year. The world's only professional Uyghur center was opened in Almaty under the government's decision in 1934. Over the years, the theatre won recognition and became the center of the Uyghurs in Kazakhstan. The theatre was also awarded the academic title by the president's decree. Last year, the team went on tour to Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Turkey. The theatre also presented the Kazakh language play Muragirler by Isabiek in Shymkent and Taras. The theatre also held events in Almaty region dedicated to peoples as artists of the USSR composer Kudus Kuzhamyarov, the 90th anniversary of peoples as artists of Uzbekistan Ahmadi, and the 80th anniversary of writer Shaim Shavayev.
Сегодня в репертуаре театра имеется национальная драматургия, казахская.
The theatre's repertoire includes ethnic Uyghur, Kazakh, Russian, and foreign classical plays. After studying the president's program article, The Seven Facets of the Great Steppe, Playwrights Department, headed by famous playwright Ashiri, started an interesting and intensive work involving young Kazakh authors.
В репертуаре казахстанских молодых авторов.
In the theatre, there are ensembles such as Nava, Rukhsara, and Yashlik Youth Popular Group, which are the winners of various contests and festivals. The 8th International Roses of Kazakhstan Dance Festival was held in Almaty. This year, 30 dance teams representing 4 countries participated in the competition held for the 3rd time in Kazakhstan. Previously, the event was attended by dancers from Kazakhstan, Bulgaria, and Russia. This year, a dance team from Uzbekistan debuted in the contest. International judges identified winners in 4 categories among dancers aged between 6 and 25. The contest's major prize, the Rose Flower, was awarded for the best choreographer. The grand prize was won by Selesnyov Choreography School dance team and dancers from Bulgaria.
Это большой праздник хореографического искусства, розы Казахстана. В нашем понятии.
This is a celebration of the dance art. Roses of Kazakhstan project means putting together a choreographic bouquet of flowers. Every dance team is a rose petal, and together they represent celebration of friendship, peace, and harmony of the gifted children.
Мира, уважения и очень талантливых одаренных детей.
Я танцевала народный танец.
I performed a traditional Khorazm dance called Lazgi, a dance with the chust knives, and a rose inspiration dance.
Вдохновение розы.
The contest's main idea is to promote dance art and reveal the talents of young performers. The organizers sought to strengthen friendship among the nations and erase boundaries. The contest allowed participants to gain invaluable experience.